In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at creating a spreadsheet of data, more specifically a table of data on a spreadsheet. And the example we're going to be using today is M&M data that we collected in class. But again, you would use this process anytime you're setting up a simple data of information using a spreadsheet. We'll also be using Google Sheets, which is part of your Google Drive account. It's one of the apps in Google Drive. Google Sheets is Google's version of a spreadsheet program. So to get started, you should be in your Google Drive account, your student Google Drive account to be specific, and you should be on that main Drive screen. What we're going to do is we're going to go up here to where it says New, and this is where we always go to get started with any type of document from our Google account. And you'll notice one of the choices here, I'm going to click More just to show you the other choices, but one of the choices up here is Google Sheets. And again, that's the spreadsheet program from Google. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that to get started here. Now, this is our layout. We've taken a look at this before. Remember, we have columns going across and letters and numbers going down representing the rows of cells in our spreadsheet. Remember, each box is its own cell. What we're going to do right now, just to get started, is we're going to go over to column B here, B and then 1, so cell B1. And let's just type a couple of our colors in. I'm going to start with red and with yellow. Okay, here, and just leave those there for right now. Now we're going to end up putting all 6 across here, but I'll show you that in a second. Okay, and what we call these guys, these are the colors from our data, but in terms of the cell, these are kind of our column headings going across here because they're labeling the data that's going to show up below. We also need to put in some row headings here so we know what we're talking about here. So for A1, the reason we left that blank is we want to use that as a row heading, and we're going to type in M&M color, and then down below here we're going to type in amount of M&M color, like so. Now you notice with this one it kind of runs over into cell B. Now we'll talk about some different strategies dealing with data and information in a spreadsheet that runs across cells here. But for this, what we want to do is we need just to make column A bigger so that this row heading isn't running into B2 here. So what we're going to do is we can either just click and drag this over the border between A and B. We can do it that way if we want to. Or what we could do, or what we could do if we left it here is we can just go ahead, sorry, I'm kind of over clicking here, but I can go here, notice how it kind of turns that solid blue color here. If I just double click, it'll auto format the column width to make enough room for the largest amount of information in any cell. In this case, A2 has the most amount of information. So it automatically formatted the width of column A to fit that. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so we can adjust our column widths and our row heights and all that stuff, and we know that from some of the work we've done before. Now I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me type all this out. This is just kind of get us started. Okay, but here's what we want to have when we're finished here. So I typed in all my data. I have my colors across the top and the data underneath them, and that's what you want to do right now. Okay, so take a moment, go ahead, get your data from the other day when we collected some data from our M&M colors, and go ahead and put those into your spreadsheet. And your spreadsheet, by the time you're done, should look something like this. Don't worry about fonts and colors and all that kind of stuff. We'll get to that down the road. Let's just get the data and the column headings and the row headings in here so that we know what we're looking at. Okay, so go ahead, you can pause the video and put that information now, and that concludes this tutorial.